The sky above Earth was an endless stretch of deep black, punctuated by stars twinkling like celestial beacons. It had always fascinated Ethan Carter, an astrophysicist who had dedicated his life to studying the cosmos. But nothing in his years of research could have prepared him for the night an alien spacecraft descended silently into his secluded backyard. The ship was sleek, a masterpiece of extraterrestrial engineering, its silver hull reflecting the moonlight as it hovered just inches above the ground. Ethan stood frozen, heart pounding, as a figure emerged from within. She was unlike anything he had ever imagined, tall and ethereal, her lavender-hued skin glowing softly under the starlight. Her deep violet eyes shimmered with intelligence and desperation. "Please," she said, her voice carrying an almost melodic resonance. "I need your help." Ethan swallowed hard, his mind racing. "Who are you?" "I am Princess Zyra of the Draconari Empire," she said, lowering her head slightly. "And I am here to offer myself to you as a servant." Ethan blinked. "A servant? What do you mean?" Her eyes darted to the sky, as though expecting pursuers. "I am being hunted. My empire has fallen. My people have betrayed me. I have nowhere to go." She took a breath, steadying herself. "The only way I can be safe is if I swear fealty to someone under the ancient laws of my people. If I become a slave in name, I cannot be claimed by those who seek to destroy me." Ethan shook his head, the absurdity of the situation finally catching up to him. "You want me to own you? That's insane. I don't even know you." Zyra's gaze bore into his, her desperation palpable. "I know this is strange to you, but I have no choice. If they find me, they will execute me. If I am bound to you, I become property, and under intergalactic law, no one can take me without your permission." Ethan exhaled sharply. "This is insane," he muttered. But as he looked at her, a royal fugitive, an outcast from a world beyond his comprehension, he felt something stir within him. She was alone, terrified, and in need of help. And how could he turn away someone in such dire straits? "Fine," he said. "I don't know what this means exactly, but I'll help you." Relief flooded her face, and she bowed low. "Then I am yours to command." Over the next few days, Ethan struggled to make sense of his new reality. Zyra, true to her word, followed his every instruction, though he found the entire concept uncomfortable. He refused to treat her like a servant, instead offering her a place to stay, food to eat, and the space to recover from whatever horrors she had endured. Through hushed conversations beneath the glow of his study lamp, Ethan learned the tragic tale of Zyra's past. Her empire had been overthrown by a ruthless warlord named General Varkos, a former military commander who had deemed the royal family weak. Zyra had barely escaped with her life, and now she was hunted across the galaxy like a fugitive. Despite the grim circumstances, there was something undeniably fascinating about Zyra. Her intelligence was staggering, her knowledge of the cosmos dwarfing anything Ethan had ever encountered. She could manipulate energy fields, speak over a dozen alien languages, and had a mind that could decipher complex astrophysical equations within seconds. One evening, as Ethan adjusted the telescope in his observatory, Zyra stood beside him, her glowing fingers tracing constellations in the air. "Your world is so small," she murmured, "and yet you are willing to defy reason to help a stranger. It is admirable." Ethan glanced at her, a half-smile tugging at his lips. "Maybe humanity isn't as backward as you think." She chuckled softly, but then her expression darkened. "They will come for me soon," she whispered. "I can feel it." Ethan tensed. "Then we need to be ready." They spent the next few days preparing. Zyra taught Ethan about alien technology, about the ancient rituals that bound one being to another under the law. If anyone tried to take her, he would have the legal right to deny them. But it was only a temporary shield. Sooner or later, Barkos would find a way around it. And he did. The attack came under the cover of night. A squadron of warships descended upon the quiet countryside, their engines howling like vengeful spirits. Ethan and Zyra barely had time to react before armed Draconari soldiers stormed the house, their weapons gleaming under the artificial glow of their ships. Zyra grabbed Ethan's arm. "Remember what I told you," she hissed. "Do not let them take me." General Barkos himself emerged from the largest vessel, his reptilian features contorted in a smug grin. "Princess Zyra," he drawled, "did you truly think you could hide on this primitive rock?" Ethan stepped forward, heart hammering. "She belongs to me," he said, the words foreign and unnatural on his tongue. "Under intergalactic law, you cannot take her without my consent." Barkos sneered. "You think I care about your feeble human grasp of our laws?" He raised a hand, signaling his men. "Take her." The moment they moved, Zyra unleashed a burst of energy so powerful that the ground trembled. The soldiers were flung backward, their weapons scattering. Ethan shielded his eyes, as a surge of violet light engulfed the yard. When he opened them again, Zyra stood tall, her entire form radiating raw power. "I am not yours to take," she said coldly. "I choose my own fate." Barkos growled, his hands clenching into fists. "Then you choose death." But before he could strike, Ethan stepped between them. "No," he said. "She chooses freedom." The battle that followed was a blur of fire and light, a clash of forces both human and alien. And when the dust settled, Barkos lay defeated, his forces retreating into the night. Zyra stood beside Ethan, bruised but victorious. She turned to him, her eyes filled with something he had not seen before, hope. "You saved me," she whispered. Ethan smiled. "I guess we saved each other." And under the endless sky, a new journey began, not as master and servant, but as equals, forging a path forward among the stars.